Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking to Michael Leavy. I'm not going to be doing a review today. I'm going to be talking to a guy called Michael Leavy who is involved in the Terrifier 1 and 2 movies, Abnormal Attraction, which is behind me, in so many more things. They are from Fuzz on the Lens, and these guys are absolutely awesome. And now they've got a new horror franchise coming out called Stream, where you can actually put some skin in the game and get involved yourself. I've got involved. These guys are awesome. I'm going to give him a quick interview and let you guys see it. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good. You?
Great. Does this sound any better with this thing? I don't know.
It sounds a lot louder and a lot clearer. Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Good. You?
Good, man. Man, just been keeping busy, editing stream and helping out with getting Terrifier to the finish line, and then also the Indiegogo campaign, which has become a job in and amongst itself. So, but it's all good stuff. So that's, positive.
Good. Good.
How's your project going that you've been working on?
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. I can't say too much at the minute, but it's getting there.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're here today to talk about Stream.
Right.
This is a new horror franchise with one hell of a cast. It's got it's kind of like a dream movie, isn't it? With everybody you'd want in it.
Yeah, man, it's a dream come true to be working on this project. The cast, as you mentioned, is unbelievable. Some of the people that I can discuss is Jeffrey Combs, Danielle Harris, Dee Wallace, Tim Reed, Mark Holton from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Leprechaun, great funny guy that I grew up watching, to be able to work with him. Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, Dave Sheridan from Scary Movie, Haunted House, a ton of movies. I mean, everyone. Bob Adrian from The Conjuring, Terry Alexander from Dawn of the Dead. And then there's more that I can't discuss at the moment. One in particular that's a really big horror icon that signed on for this project. And eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to announce who that is, but we just can't at this point in time. But it's really just been a fun ride, man. And to be doing this during the pandemic was interesting. Shot 90% of the film in the midst of COVID, which as if making a movie isn't hard enough. So add that on top of it all and the new protocols and keeping everybody safe. But we were still able to work efficiently, have fun doing it, but, still being safe and creative and making sure nobody gets sick.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say who I think it might be that you're keeping secret for now, but I'm going to drop you a message. You don't have to reply. I'll drop you a message, and then at least if I've got it right, it's there on the message. And it's just a bit of fun. I'm going to give it a go.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. There's been so many people kind of trying to guess who it is. And believe me, everybody that I've heard has all been really great. And hopefully we'll be able to have, whether you get it right or wrong, hopefully whoever it is will be able to have involved in the sequels. This is a film that we're trying to, and I think successfully we will be able to do it, is create a new franchise, a new horror franchise, kind of similar to what we did with Terrifier, but with something a little more different. Terrifier is kind of a throwback to the 80s and, that purebred slasher. And although this is a slasher in its own right, it's a lot more futuristic in dealing with technology and bringing kind of the horror genre into the 21st century. Yeah. So, it's different but similar, and I think horror fans will get behind it. But we're planning sequels, and we're looking to get a lot of horror a lot of horror icons involved in all of them, and kind of make this universe all kind of interconnected and make it really fun for horror fans.
Yeah. Because how did you get that cast? Was that something that you approached them, or did they already know about it and approach you?
It was, no one person was the same, Jamie. What happened was some of them we approached, and it was just, we make an offer and we give a little bit about our history, and thank God, we have a really good track record, and that took years, and I'm very proud of that, to make sure that our work ethic and our reputation precedes itself. And they read the script and they really liked it and wanted to get on board. Others was just making connections through the horror circuit. Some were friends, some were friends of friends. So there really was just different approaches and different ways that we ended up getting the cast that we came to. Some of which there were some people that wanted to be a part of it, but it just couldn't happen due to scheduling. Couldn't happen because of COVID, and these were some really cool people too. But again, there's always room in the future and sequels and stuff that we think will be a possibility for sure.
Awesome, because I know this is a film made for horror fans by horror fans, and what you've done with the Indiegogo campaign is you have made it affordable for people that want to get involved. Like me, I as soon as I could jump at the chance, I went for it.
And thank you for your contribution. That meant a lot. And welcome to the team, man. And yeah, we did, because listen, I know how it is as a fan of just the genre and the industry in general. Movies, we all love movies. I mean, I see behind you got Abnormal Attraction there, Jaws.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a whole slew of just different kinds of projects, and we all love movies. So we wanted to offer the opportunity to let horror fans, let movie fans come on board, keep it affordable, but also keep it, fair to our other investors and people that have come on the project before before we ran the campaign. And we figured, because the movie, some of the budget we had to allocate that we necessarily didn't plan for pre-pandemic, that's why we're running the Indiegogo campaign too, because we had to pull from one end, usually it's post-production you pull from to get the project rolling and going. And we didn't want to wait on it. We thought we had a really good idea that really the opportunity presented itself. And it's like, okay, let's go and we'll figure out the rest later. And, thankfully we were able to accomplish it and get it done. But now with the Indiegogo, we have the opportunity to bring on other movie lovers, other horror fans, allow them the chance to jump on board, be a part of what we're doing from the start, from the ground floor, which is, a lot of people in the Terrifier world that wish they had that opportunity, when that launched. So now this is their chance with another film. And then it's also just being able to up everything. When you're making movies, marketing is so important. There's a couple of scenes and things that we had to cut back on. Now hopefully we'll be able to raise that level and bring it back to what we wanted it to be. And that's really why we're running the Indiegogo. And then also it's just a marketing of it, running an Indiegogo. We didn't want anybody to say, hey, here's this movie, now you got to wait a few months for it to come out. There's something that everybody can be excited about and jump on board and be a part of and share it and start, just getting involved. Because
you're not just giving people the opportunity to get involved. You mean seriously involved, don't you? Because I heard you say earlier in your live on Facebook that, extras, anything like that.
Yeah. We're offering literally to come and be a part of the team. I mean, we consider anybody, even if you donate or contribute. I don't like using the word donate because we're not asking you to just give us your money and we run, right? It's contribute and be a part of. Even if it's $5, you're a part of the team. You're helping this movie in many ways get done. You know what I mean? Every little bit helps. Every little bit counts. And so, from the $5 to all the way up to the thousands of dollars, there's different kind of levels, different kind of perks, and some of which, like you said, are being a part of the movie in a scene, whether it's an extra, being a producer on the film, whether it's associate, co, or executive. Special thanks in the credits, even if just getting the t-shirt or the Blu-ray or the pin or whatever it is, you're a part of the project, you're a part of the movie, you're a part of the team. So we're definitely stressing that and want people to know, because together, I think all of us as a unit can make a splash in the horror community, take over the studio system and kind of the same mundane regurgitated films and kind of do something fresh, and let's make a noise, let's make a splash as together, because horror fans, man, they're passionate. There's a lot of us, and together we can get exciting new projects out there. And I'm just lucky enough to be a part of spearheading that.
Yeah, because I suppose in a way, has it been quite difficult to try and get that message across about the funding? Because I suppose a lot of people would look and go, you've got a great cast, you've got a great movie coming up. How can you run out of money? I suppose that's been quite difficult to try and get people to understand.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I mean, because you know what it is? It's because there's a lot of other campaigns, whether it was Kickstarter, Indiegogo, that kind of given this route a little bit of a bad reputation because the market's so oversaturated with people that are just trying to take advantage and trying to make a quick buck, and then they run and the movie doesn't even get made half the time. And that's something we're also trying to stress too, is like, look, listen, the cast is legitimate. They're here. We've shot with them. Here they are. You see them. You see stills. You see video. You don't have to wait as long for the film to be complete because 90% of it is shot. And I'm working very hard on editing all of what we have done already to keep this process going while we're running the campaign. But yeah, it is a struggle to kind of, show people. But the best I can do is just be myself. Tell people my background and the people around us. You could see the family unit, and we're very welcoming and opening, and we go to conventions, and just be honest, truthful, and upfront. If people want to jump on board, great. We'd love to have good people involved, and if they don't, that's okay too. That's why I say, listen, a simple share, even if you can't contribute monetarily, that goes a long way. You might have somebody that's a friend of yours. Let's say you couldn't contribute monetarily, that sees it and they're like, oh, I could give a couple bucks to this. I want to be a part of that. It opens up that opportunity. But yeah, it is a struggle. And, the best I can do is just give them all the information and just say, look, here we are. What you see is what you get. And we're trying, man.
Because I know I've spoken to you quite a few times now, and some of the other guys, and you can see that you're not just at work. You're like a family unit. Like, you're all very close.
We are. And, that doesn't happen all the time, but when you find those people, you want to stay with them. And because you just get each other, and it's a fun working atmosphere. And I think that shines through the projects that you're making. And Adam Sandler does it. He works with the same crew all the time. Blumhouse is doing it now. They have their little unit. And so we're just doing the same thing because you just trust, you learn to trust people. Listen, people do come and go. It's not all perfect. There are people that come in and, sometimes it doesn't work. It only works for a little bit and then you kind of grow apart, and that's fine too. That's part of the learning process. But for the most part, everybody we work with time and time again because you just develop that sense of respect, loyalty, and just family vibe that you want to keep around because it's just so positive. And you can trust and count on the person. I mean, people work on my films where I'm a director, but I work on others where I'm, a PA or I'm transpo driving people. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I'm doing it to help out my fellow brother or sister that's worked on our project. So it really is a family atmosphere.
See, I'm looking forward to it because I know you've got Damian involved as well. And
Damian is, he's unbelievable. Let me tell you, that man works very hard. And Damian, we had just finished working on Terrifier 2. We still actually had a couple little pickups left to do, but Damian was working real hard during the pandemic to edit the film, and then Stream, the opportunity came up to jump on board to get this thing rolling. And I'll tell you, he took his computer, he took all his hard drives, he took everything and brought it to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, which is where we shot majority of this film, and was working on this thing day and night at Terrifier 2, editing it. And then we'd radio him and say, all right, Damian, we're ready for some of the effects. He'd run over, do the effects, make sure they were top notch, delivered the goods. And then while everybody else was going back to sleep, once we wrapped the day, he's running over to continue working on Terrifier 2. So, man, his just work ethic is unmatched. What I've seen this man do. And you know what? He doesn't phone it in, because even though Terrifier is his baby, and he really delivers the goods with the effects, and Stream, he's not directing it, so it's not like his, sole project, like, Terrifier is his baby. He still gave 110% and delivered on each and every kill, each and every effect. And we'd have conversations like, Mike, I think this thing would be elevated if we did this. Damian, how much more work is that going to be on you? He goes, oh, it's going to suck. I'm going to have to really work hard on this. It's going to kill me, but dude, it's got to be this way. And he made it happen.
Because they do a lot for the fans as well. I've seen all the pictures from the conventions and everything like that. And he's a very hard man to get hold of, but you kind of understand why, because he's one of these. I read a lot about it, and he's one of these that just does not stop until.
Yeah, he's constantly working and he's constantly moving, and it's like a lot of people. He even says he's like the worst at reading messages through Facebook or Instagram. There's just so much. I mean, his inbox is just flooded, and he's not just constantly sitting on social media going through it all. He does do, though, is he tries very hard to see every post that people are doing. That's where his time goes on social media, is to make sure that he sees all the Terrifier stuff. He makes sure he likes it, or he can comment on those. But a lot of times, sometimes the messages will get lost because there's just so much influx. But I'll tell you, if you meet him in person, he is totally personable, approachable. He's one of us. He's just a fan making movies that just his movie hit. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of that franchise now and to become friendly with them and become really good friends actually, and just doing it together, you know.
Because I don't suppose he realised how big Terrifier was going to get, did he?
Yeah, I mean, none of us really ever know, right, when something's going to hit. I mean, you know, you pour your heart and soul into it. You know, you work the hardest you possibly can at it. And you know that when you put it out in the world, you did your best, you know, if you're sincere and genuine about it, which I'll tell you, he is, we all are. And then you see what happens. And, you know, we knew we had a good character in Art the Clown. That's why he pursued it. Obviously, he had a great concept there, but you don't know how much it's going to blow up and explode and how audience are going to resonate with it.
Yeah.
And so this thing kind of just took off, and it's just been a blessing. Really, every day we're in awe and we pinch ourselves like, is this really happening? Especially when we're at the conventions and there's a line of people to meet us.
Yeah.
And we're like, but Tom Arnold's over there. And you know, there's just so many people we grew up, Robert Englund's over there, or whoever. And it's just like, you know, you're coming to see us. We want to go over there and see them. It's really a humbling and fun experience.
Because that's it. At the end of the day, you are all just horror fans, aren't you? And movie fans, proper.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
That's all it is. We're movie fans that grew up loving films and, you know, just blessed and fortunate enough to be doing this and to be making films, you know. But I remember when I was 4 years old watching the TV and mimicking everything that they were doing. Yeah. It didn't matter if it was horror or it was Dick Van Dyke or what, a musical comedy, whatever. You know, I just remember being enthralled in the process and just seeing the magic happen. And I'm like, how? And as I got older, it's like, how does this happen? Yeah. And I got really interested in that and just never looked back. Always wanted to make movies, and now I'm just fortunate to be doing it. But that's comes with hard work too. You know, it's not just like it just happens. You know, every day I'm working. Every day we're pushing, and some days are great, some days aren't. And it's just you got to keep going, keep fighting. And those are the people that come out on top, are the ones that keep pursuing and never give up.
Because I know every year you do a massive Halloween display at your house. I think it's absolutely wicked. And
thank you.
Like, we are the only ones down our street that put anything up, really. So we've gone a little bit bigger this year. Obviously not as big as you guys. But is art going to be there this year? Are you going to have an art? See, that would top
it. Yeah, we will have an Art the Clown life size in the window. Yes, we always do a big Halloween thing. It started with my grandpa and my mother doing it with me and my brothers and, you know, my sister and siblings. And now it kind of just grew and took its own. And eventually me and Jason, we'd like to open up some kind of museum. Maybe like a bar, you know, restaurant kind of museum thing, mixed hybrid, something cool. Yeah. But for now, you know, we're doing it, the display through Halloween, and we love Halloween. It's, to me, I always call it the filmmaker's holiday, because you get dressed up, you play a character, and that's what you do in film. And you get to, you know, set dress your house and get props and things. So we have a lot of fun, and a lot of people come by and hang out. And, you know, last year was a little pulled back in the sense of not the display, but in the sense of what we really could do because of COVID, and a lot of people were afraid to come out, rightfully so. We were also afraid to go as big as we usually have done, but we did it safely, and we still were able to put on a show, and I was very proud of that. And this year, hopefully, it'll be, even though it's still not great, it's better, and hopefully, you know, we'll just be able to keep doing it for years to come. We love it.
Awesome. Right, so I'm going to wrap this up, so I don't want to take too much of your time up. But I'm going to put some links up in the description for people to get to the Indiegogo campaign.
Yes, thank you. That means a lot.
And I'll send everybody in Fuzz on the Lens direction, and put some skin in the game, everything like that. I'll put it out there.
Yeah, man. Look, you mentioned it before, but we have so many cool props from screen used, so many good perks from screen used props. I mean, there's one in particular, I can't say what scene it is, but it's a mold that Damian built, and it's like a bloody thing, and it's used in the movie. It's one of the kills things, and I don't want to give too much away on it, but that's available. Mark Holton, his suspenders that he wore in the entire film, that's available. And then if you don't want prop stuff, there's a slate, and we only got a few made that are used in each different scene, that we have a picture of when the slate was, and we have a certificate of authenticity, and that's a select thing. There's only a few of those, very limited piece. So we offer those things for horror collectors or movie collectors, and then we have the the lesser kind of things that you can get from pins and stickers, and then we got some more middle ground like T-shirts and pins and Blu-ray or whatever, signatures, script signings. So we have a lot of stuff from many different levels that are available on the Indiegogo campaign, and you could follow the journey on #JoinTheStream, and then also @StreamFranchise on any of the social medias. You can find us, or Fuzz on the Lens. And yeah, like I said, even just a simple share goes a long way if you can't contribute monetarily. But hopefully we're almost at 40% now. I think we're at like 38%, a little over 13,000. We're trying to reach the minimal goal that we need, which is 35 on Indiegogo. And then there's a couple of stretch goals where we could really do some cool stuff. But again, movie's almost done, 90% shot, and it's currently being edited. So, it's not like this thing is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Are they going to get these people? Or are they not? Everybody's in it and on board, and I think we got something special.
Deadline you'd like to meet? Have you got a point where you'd like it to be finished by, or?
Well, we had it set for, I think, 60 total days, right? So it was like 2 months, and right now we're at day 48. So I mean, listen, as long as we make it by the end of that, we're good. The sooner the better, because there are those stretch goals we'd like to hit. But I understand it's tough for people, and some people wait for paychecks and stuff to come in, and I totally get that. So as long as we make it, that would be really cool, and definitely we can do what we want to do.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Michael, I'll let you go, but thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much.
And see if I can get as many people interested as possible.
Totally appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to be back on. We'll do a group thing with everybody again. That was fun.
Yes, that was good fun. Yeah, that would be really awesome.
All right, bud. Have a good rest of your day, too.
And you. See you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, that was the little interview. Like I said, I will put all the links and everything in the description so you guys can go and check out their campaign. This film genuinely is made for horror fans, by horror fans. These guys are absolutely amazing. They are genuine people, and they want to produce an awesome film. But like I said, I'll put all the links in the descriptions, and you guys can do the rest yourselves. But thank you for watching this, and thank you once again, Michael, for doing this. You're awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.